All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. We'll try to smooth out those rough roads. Well, I've checked to see if, because it didn't make any sense that there, was mold, this high level of mold, and although it could even be a fake deep state thing trying to confuse me, it does kind of correspond to that mold up and down. So it probably is, but it could be because it doesn't look like any other place in the country has mold, but it does seem to correspond. The more the mold, when the mold increases, I get sick. When the mold decreases, I get a little better. I was reading on it. It can occur in the winter, and a lot of people get more sick in the winter because they're inside, and that's what happened to me. I got the COVID and everything. I was stuck inside, and now I'm definitely ill with this mold, and I can't get out of here because I don't have the money to break my lease. If the DVA had paid me, I could do it in a second. Right? Maybe that's why they block it because they're devils. Now God wants me to have money. I might try a GoFundMe. Anybody, any of you could have paid me. I don't know if the deep state's still hiding me or not. But God wants me to have money. You don't give me money, things will start going crazy on you. It's just the way it's going to be. You've owed me for I don't even know how long. To begin with, the Army and the Marshal Service screwed me off because the deep state and both of those attacked my life. Again, we didn't call it the deep state back then, but somebody was stalking my life and ending it before it began. And that's what they still did, even into my retirement. I have no idea who you all think you are, but you're all going to land in hell. And I'm not crazy. This is the reality of what you've all done and what you all do. Believe me, your way's going to end, all of you. You're going to hit roadblocks. Give me my money. You know you can. If I put a GoFundMe out there, they hide it, and nobody gives money. That's what they do. Not because I say it, because they're trying to say, oh, you say it, you say negative things, and that's why it happens. That's a lie. They're projecting it. I'm going to put a GoFundMe out there for about $10,000. You need to make sure it's funded. I'm using cursing for the wrong thing. Oh, is that your opinion? Devils, satanic people. See, Nancy Mace got taken care of taken advantage of by a deep state person. That's deep state person. That's how they live their lives, just taking advantage of people. I speak on those transgender kids and where they end up. So you see where she ended up. A lot of times they end up out of shape and heavy, and she was going that direction, and then all of a sudden it changed, I guess. That one I put on my page there, on my profile. No, I'm sick. Last night I slept pretty good. I went to sleep. But the key is this: I figured out I have to sleep early. When I go sleep early, the mold usually subsides in the evening, but it picks up like 3 in the morning. No, I'm sick. I'm sick like I was in Texas. You get me stuck in these places. Yes, they did. I whittled down my life. I had a little trailer with my stuff in there, and I had a van, and I was staying in the extended stays. And probably not the best place to stay either, but you can always take off from that place and get to the next place pretty quick, right? If it starts making you sick. But I was using public laundry, and they started throwing them socks in the laundry. They did that other places also. They did it here in Kansas. So I grabbed. So what? Well, and they did it in Oklahoma, stuff like that. And they were doing all sorts of shit to my laundry. Believe me. They threw an ink pen into my laundry. There was no ink pen in my laundry. It was just it was like a mattress cover that I was cleaning. So what do you do when they do that? You buy your own wash machine, right? So you don't have to use public laundry, right? Right. So again, I start growing roots They know what they're doing over there. And no, I'm not a danger to go to a extended stay. Actually, I've said it before. That's actually a safer place for me to live, or if I were or a safer place for you if I were a danger, because there's cameras in there, right? So again, they did this to me. It was a setup, and now I'm sick, and I can't get out of here. And it's so cold outside. I can't. I'm right. I'm sick. I can't even go out in the cold. It just bothers me. I'm usually resilient. And I'm in pain and everything else. This is what they do. And they've done it on and off, not on and off. That's what they want to say. They've done it continually. Remember, if they're not in the town with their bullshit task force, they've already hired somebody with millions and millions of dollars to do this to me. Oh, I'm just paranoid? Well, you'll be paranoid, all of you. Whoa! Right. It looks all snowy out there. Can't even go outside. No, they weren't allowed in my life, all of you. They weren't allowed in my life to do all this shit. Not one little bit. But because you all pay them money for being devils, that makes you all devils also. Don't think there's insulation when you hire an operator and he attacks or she attacks my life or they attack my life. Look, I know in government you got your boys and your girls. I know politicians have boys and girls in government. I'm not stupid. So I know what's going on, okay? These curses are going to increase and the plagues are going to increase and your world's going to fall apart and your cities and your towns in the country, they're all going to fall apart. It's just what needs to happen. And you all need to change. And you all need to give me my money. I don't even know if anybody hears me. A bunch of social media people may have screwed me, but they'll be screwed. They'll go straight to hell. Take them out of it. You need to force these people that were attacking me out of the community to begin with. Just get them out of here. You're playing Juden routes with me, just Juden routes them. Get them out of here. I think last year I ran my dehumidifier, which kept me weller, but my sinuses would clog up all the time and make me deathly ill. I mean, it was even affecting my vision. So I got the humidifier, but now we got the mold. So the only thing that made this place healthy enough was running the dehumidifier. It's Satan's trap. They're part of Satan, man. They trapped me here. I need $10,000 to break this leash. The government owes me for Persian Gulf syndrome. These clowns that work for politicians and others block me from that money. Now, if you want me to speak about politicians all day and take you down to the floor so you have no power to even protect your own family, then I'll do it. And that's not a threat that I'm going to act out physically. That game is over. I spent 20 years speaking metaphysically and go, oh, this means this means. And you know what? One year, they'd say one thing, and within 6 months to a year, they'd say a complete opposite. And they go, oh, that's how this stuff works. All of you, curse to hell. Ya, 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 arara. Yeah. Whoa. I'm just gonna keep doing it, man. I can give a shit about your planet. I give a shit about anybody on this planet that's part of what you're all doing. I've told you for years, stay the hell away from my life and stay the hell away from the people. You all got money. Don't act like you can't get money to me. You can have $10,000 in a GoFundMe by tonight, and you know it all. My GoFundMe's probably don't even go public with what they're doing. These curses will increase, and this planet will be destroyed, and it'll be destroyed as soon as possible. No waiting for another 100 years. You better get the money to me. I'm just telling you. Because I got the blip that they're trimming the budget so I won't receive any disability. That's what they wanted to say. That's your response, all of you? Then you get your response. I will destroy the VA also. I've never done it before, but that's it. Whoa! This can't happen. You got to pay me my money. I'll wait for the senator's people to call me, but apparently somebody's already put the kibosh on it. Thank you, Larry. Oh, God. I went through another senator before in Oklahoma and got nowhere. This is what they should do to me. This is what they did to me. Did it to me before. This is what they're hoping for again. They sit there and just they're devils, man. Your cops are devils. If you want me to say the politicians are devils, I'll say it. I'll give it a little more time. Now, I'm not blackmailing all of you. You all blackmailed me for my whole life. What the hell are you talking about? Started me and blackmailed me my whole life. You want to say I'm doing it? Curse you. Curse your children. Curse your mother. Curse your father. Curse your money. Curse your city. Curse your town. Curse anybody that supports you. Curse anybody that loves you. Ya rar. Ya bahatama. Projecting that shit. Oh, so you got the Capitol Police involved, and I'm the guy that puts all the information how to protect the senator. But now you go, oh, you're in danger, Senator. You're in danger with this guy. But I'm the guy that advised the Capitol Police, and then they didn't do it, and somebody else gets hurt. Right. That's it. Destroy every politician in this country with simple words. If you don't get me out of here. And I mean get me out of here by paying. Oh, we'll get you out of here. We'll come in there and we'll take you away. Everybody, cops! Remember, these cops are narcotics distributors. If you're with them, you'll get no credit for anything you do in that office. Sex traffickers and narcotics distributors. That's how I survived through here last year. I had a dehumidifier on, but it built up so much pressure in my sinuses, it was horrible. But it was probably because there was also mold. But I guess it didn't snow as much last year, right? Which meant less mold. It's supposed to be dry in the winter. It's probably the wettest winter in a while. I think it's going to be warm enough. I can't even get this place clean. I'm so sick. And I don't have money. And I bought these. I paid $100 for these bins yesterday to be delivered, and it's way too big. I don't even know if I can move the darn thing. That's them. They minded it. Curse them, curse their families, curse their children, curse their parents, curse their money, curse their vehicles, curse their job, curse their bank accounts, curse their investments, curse their organizations, curse anybody that loves them. Remember, it may not come instantly because the Satan will protect you, but God will get that curse through to each and every one of you. You need me to remove those curses, and I won't remove a single one until I'm out of here and I have my money. Well, you're sending cops around my whole life to destroy me and corrupt fucking marshals. And you want to say I'm doing something? You're running off women that want to meet me and have relationships. And then you laugh, no woman want to be with him, right, bud? No, there's no doubt there's mold in here. I just pulled up the news article that described everything that just happened to me. Or not a news article, I guess a media article. I think that's what causes the stomach issues. I got the sinus thing. I can't get out of here. And I was going right to my brother's. I got everything into a trailer. I even gave away probably thousands of dollars worth of stuff. Right. Which is going to probably happen this time. And these clowns got in the middle of my life and got in the middle of my brother's life. And he just didn't seem to want to do it anymore. Right. And I couldn't even go out that way if I tried. I mean, remember, these people are psychologically operating using CIA stuff. And some are local cops, some are narcotics distributors, some are sex traffickers. You're dirty as shit, Overland Park PD. You're dirty as shit, Olathe PD. Sure, the sheriff is the kingpin of the distribution network. I agree. How many people did you kill, all of you? God knows. No, this ain't a joke, all of you. This one's real. When Gabrielle Giffords was shot, I designed better security for the Capitol Police, which included additional staffing, I think, on-site in the district. I know I did. There was another shooting, or I don't remember what the second incident was. Oh, they threatened to Harry Reid. So I showed them how to upgrade their security again. And that included, Capitol Police protection people in the cities themselves. Or actually more than just the cities, like 4 per state or something like that, and break it down in regions. Right. And depending on the size of the state. And then they were to be part of other task forces so that they could bring the task force in and help them if they needed help. That was my design. But of course, they're always going to say, you're dangerous, you're dangerous. You know how it works. I do that for you, and then you pick my life up somehow. They never picked up my life. Don't listen to them. If I got up and got out of some place and got some other place, that's because, God got me there. They were killing everything. Who's blocking my internet access? I don't think people see me. Or somebody would have fixed my life by now. Is it Jonathan Luna's girlfriend on Facebook and all her social media buds? Are they that sick in Baltimore that you can't stop? Oh, you think it's funny? Same curse at you. I don't even stutter it again. Yeah, I'll just bless it. Yeah, whoa. You need to give me my money. Now they projected the VA wasn't going to give me anything because they're downsizing the. Which again, we need to look into that. Again, we're not here to roll over for Elon Musk and his rockets. We're just not here to do that. If you're going to cut VA, then you're going to cut the rocket program. All of it, except for NASA stuff. Right? Contractors gone. Whoa! See how much money we save them. Well, Elon Musk himself owes me. I don't know if he knows or not. He can pay me, like now. Y'all got hundreds of millions of dollars at your disposal right now. All that money you embezzled all those years in the government, you all got it. I mean, free money, just to go poop and not even care. I mean, how do you think God feels as you do this to me? And what's that guy's name? That football player? I really don't give a shit about him. He stole from the PPP funds so he could buy a new yacht. Divorced his wife. I don't remember his name. The Lord probably doesn't want me to even mention his name. But the other day, he's like, it got some, what is it? I don't even remember how much that watch was worth. I forget, some ungodly amount of money. Just a watch. No, I don't have to give anybody time. The curses start today. You better start working, all of you. I mean, you sat there when I put in for the VA, and you all went to work real quick making your phone calls. No, it's just going to stop all of you. The curses will increase, and they'll be directed at each and every one of you here in Kansas and any other place that's operating this. Because I know there's some in New Mexico, there's some in Florida, some in Maryland, California, D.C. So again, it looks like it's going to be a fake deep state. We're taking out the deep state, but it looks like it's going to be a deep state, just a switch out. Am I attacking the president? No, I'm telling the president what they're all doing. You need to get me my money, and you need to get me out of here. And that's what it was. I didn't get well until I got away from the mold. Correct. Now, of course, I'm more sensitive right now, and hopefully I can back it down. Because not everybody's sick from it. I spent all this money on this stuff to build the ark. I don't even care. They try to put it in my head. Like, well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to offer somebody the drill and the miter saw for free, and have them tell them to come in here and take all that wood out of here, so I don't have to move it. But I remember last year, I was getting sick in the sinuses, and my vision was all screwed up. And I went outside, and my sinuses drained. I was fine. And so if I don't turn the humidifier on or keep it humid in here, that's what happens. So again, it's catch-22. So he sat here and cursed me for 2 years in Kansas alone. And this is the trap you built. Thank you, Larry. In reality, I'll give a lot of this stuff away. Again, I'm not going to pay somebody to take this stuff. Worth a lot of money. If I can work a deal with somebody, right. I think probably one of the maintenance guys or somebody would do it. Right. And I'll just tell them to help me because I got trucks and stuff. Right. Tell them just take this stuff out of here, and we'll call it even. Right. You can have it and make the money off it or use it. Correct. Thank you, Larry. Now, they isolate somebody and make them sick their whole life. I mean, come on. You think God's going to just let you all walk into heaven? No, the system's like that. Even if you're in it for a year or 2 years, your system is that. And you know it, all of you. I can't even get anywhere to get massages at this point. No, it was just it was a big trap. Again, they used their will with Satan's will. Otherwise, I'd have got to my brothers and we'd have decided what to do. And when something like this happens, he's there. Right. It may not happen because I might get someplace without mold. That's the problem. I keep telling my brother, I can't get to any place where I don't get sick because I don't have money. Right. Now this place is sick with mold. I mean, if I were them, I'd want me out of here, but, they're not going to break a lease just to... I mean, it's what they did my whole life, man. These people never stop. And they go, well, Larry don't want to take... they call me Lawrence, probably. Lawrence don't want to take responsibility for what what he's responsible for. That's our system thing. Fuck, Larry. I'm sorry for doing this to you. They're fucking dirty cops, man. Dirty fucking cops everywhere. What pieces of shit. That's the biggest problem. They're all dirty cops, man. Meanwhile, I'm trying to fix what's broken in the police departments, but they're getting paid to be dirty. Not a single payment was given to me. They go, it's just retirement. It's retirement? Do you realize they owed me about $2 million when I left the Marshal Service? For deep stating me in the Marshal Service? Oh, shit. No, you have to stop, all of you. And you have to get me out of this predicament. I mean, they're sitting there stalking me yesterday while I'm ordering this, and that's why that happened. Otherwise, I would have got the inference. Again, the system wants to take care of me. God wants me to take care of me, but the devils are there real time. And you've allowed them to be there. And they've paid you, and you've paid them. Isn't that nice? Mark my words when you're in hell, all of you. I am that angel. And I have healed your planet for a season. And still heal some things in some people, but it's going to get less and less and less. And you don't have the power to heal anything, all of you. Oh my God. Now, Jonathan Lou's girlfriend works somewhere in social media. And that media organization attacked me. There's no doubt. The strange thing, she's part of an organization that I tried to help, and they just kept killing me. They know how to sexualize people. Not a single one of those organizations that help children is worth a shit. They're out there sexualizing people, trying to make people look at porn and hurt children. Sickos. Absolute sickos. Well, we just do what they tell us. These are the investigative techniques. And they pay you well for it, don't they? Do you ever question why they pay you so well, all of you? Of course, you know the results of what you're all doing. Yeah, Jonathan Luna's girlfriend's in that news article. That news article about the CIA and the FBI. Correct. About them being in social media. They got victims that they're killing in the FBI. Former federal employees, they hide them from the world through social media. That's how they did it. That's how they destroyed my life. By being part of social media, in some cases taking over social media. I gave you choices to help me, all of you. I helped you all out of a couple binds. Right. But your lust of money, all of you, got the better of us. Trying to reduce the weight in this one trash bag because I can't even carry it. I got some bigger trash bags so I can throw some of this stuff out. I was able to clean a little bit, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that bin. It's just too big. I wanted smaller bins. Of course, you buy it on Instagram. You can't just return it. Or not Instagram, Instacart. No, they got me in a jam, and this is what happens when they get me in a jam. Nothing works. And they're stalking. Again, the idea is I'm being stalked by people. Jonathan Luna's girlfriend most likely stalked me. She stalked me before I left the government. And again, she's not the only one. She's got a whole crew of people. They took over the United States, man. That's what happened. I don't even know if Trump's, the funny part is Trump may be part of the whole thing. Because what their game is to put people in that they can manipulate. Right. So all you need is somebody that they can manipulate. Well, because the way it works is they may be liberal or whatever they are or conservative, but they don't care. And what they do is they manipulate the politician that's in power to react and have an enemy, and then point at their victims as the enemy. Meanwhile, the deep state does whatever it wants. I was in so much pain in Amarillo and in Colorado. And in Colorado, they were attacking me all day. This is stuff that puts people in shock what they're doing. They're sick, man. Aurora PD's sick. The sheriff's department's sick. They don't care, man. They murder people. I'll tell every American, there ain't nothing left, man. There ain't nothing left. Your cops are dirty. Your politicians are dirty. And there's game in all of us. I'm sure that's why God's moving all the other things that he's moving. It's going to come down. What's going to happen is Trump's not going to fix anything. He's just going to enrich the rich people. That's what I think is going to happen. Because that's where they're going to steer him. Right. People are going to have at it. I'm telling you. This revolution is going to become real. You got to control what they're doing. I'm sure Elon's going to have rockets out there and take food away from people so he can launch his rockets. Right. But he's no different than the liberal that does it. It's funny because he keeps talking about the bureaucrats, right. But it's what he wants. It's almost comical. Well, you get some people in there that actually do the right thing, and then I'll say something right. I don't approve of what Elon's doing because I know what's going on. Nah, they probably wouldn't have gave me VA money, man. Right. Because all the presidents are controlled, all the systems. I don't know if the presidents per se, I guess the presidents too, are controlled by these people. You're not cutting VA? Well, we'll see. If I get that money, I'll let you know. And I can't wait more than a week for it. So again, you're probably not going to do that for me, but I got something for you. And again, I'm not a person that acts out fiscally. 100%. No, we're just going to destroy the planet until I get my money. You want to destroy my life until what? Until I run off to another community? I'm sorry for. You got me stuck in a sick apartment that I can't even clean because I'm so sick. That's what they do to me. I can't afford to do what I did in Indianapolis. I went to my mother's, which I didn't have to pay any rent, for like a month, got corticosteroid shots, and then I went to live with someone else for like a few $100s a month. But I didn't have any money. Well, I paid my rent. And then what they did for me, they allowed me to downsize to a cheaper apartment. They did allow me to do that. No, I can't live here. I'm sick. Maybe if I could clean it up a little bit and the weather changes, baby. But last year and it said in the new media article, if you get outside, you're healthier. But in the winter, you stay inside and you get you sick. It's mold in here. And these snowstorms are causing it. Again, this is the season it's supposed to be dry. No, they did this to me for decades, man. Sick pieces of shit. And when I'm in the Marshal Service, they're setting me up for this. This is what they do to people. Little did I know it was going to go my whole life. So these big people in government, that's what they do. They're devils, man. McCabe's a devil. Comey's a devil. Terzak's a devil. Rick Henry's a devil. Hughes is a devil. All those directors of the Marshal Service, devils, man. But everybody's the criminal, right? They're just doing law enforcement, right? Now, the president needs to know that he's not going to be able to stop narcotics or sex trafficking because these cops are in on it. The agents are in on it. That's why they don't want Cash in there, probably, and I don't know if I trust him either. No, I'm sick, man. I'm real sick. And I know you don't care, and I know you laugh, all of you. They cursed me yesterday, and I bought a bins that are too big. How do you return it? How do I return it? Snowstorm, in pain. I'll tell you how to return it. I'll curse all of you. Curse your families. Curse your people. Curse your organizations. Curse your money. I healed you all for decades, and you saw it happen. So they want to say, maybe if you did something different. Yeah, I'm doing something different. I'm going to curse you all day instead of just maybe once every so often. Curse your money, curse your organizations, curse your parents, curse your children, curse your vehicles, curse your organizations. I think I did that. Well, double whammy their organizations. So maybe somebody will actually prosecute the corruption. Yeah, sealed. Yeah, Bahotma. Aurora being cursed. I told y'all not to do this to me. I asked you not to do it. I'm just trying to build a simple ark, and as soon as I get ready to buy the wood, you take it on out of there. Right. That wasn't by accident. Right. Doing all this shit to me all day in, day out. I should have known something was up when I bought this mattress. I got to throw it away now. Right. Or give it away. Big setup. Right. One after another, laughing. Ah! Well, some of those people aren't laughing so hard right now. They're all dead in hell. Five years ago, people laughed. 10 years, people laughed. They laugh when they hurt people. There's no reality to anything that's in the world. None of it. There's no reality. Zero. All they do is stay away from me. Let me have a peaceful life. Couldn't do it because we're all sick. And they're getting money off of my stuff. They're getting money off it. Taking it to a politician, oh, hey, buddy, we should do this, we should do that. Then laughing because I can see it happening. We're all going to be ended in hell. And hopefully that's here today. I hope God brings hell to this planet and destroys each and every one of us. Ya ya ra, ya ya bahatama, ya 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 shield, ya ya cursed. Mary, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not sorry about nothing. You'll be laughing the rest of your life, right? Ha! Do this to people. Ha! Ain't it good to be the king? Ha! Put the money into my life like you were supposed to years ago. Now, I didn't do it for the money, but you all know when somebody helps everybody, when somebody helps the community, when somebody helps your political cause, you give them money. No, the reason we don't give you money. Hey! Hey! That person's dead. Anybody utters that, they'll be dead. There's no reason you don't give me money other than the people I mentioned. We know who's been elected presidents, and no, I'm not those people because I don't take advantage of other people. Right. Thank you, Ray. Oh, my God. So they cursed me, and the whole time I think I'm taking magnesium baths with arnica. But the bag I was using didn't have any arnica. So again, they're focusing on me, they'll get focused on. Couldn't let me just live my life peacefully. I was disabled, it was obvious. It's obvious you're making me sick, physically and psychologically, and you couldn't stop yourselves. Because Satan titillates you to do it to me. And Satan is the people I speak about. Look, Zuckerberg knows he committed crimes and killed people. Musk knows he committed crimes and killed people. They couldn't just let me live a peaceful life. Had to make me sick again. While not letting me get to the proper treatment, so maybe I could have just ended a part of it. Right. They stopped blocking me from the surgery. That was their goal. Right. I mean, you talk about social media giants paying people millions of dollars, laughing about it. How dare you speak about us? You were in my life before I ever spoke about you. Zuckerberg hired criminals from federal law enforcement. Scratch back, scratch back. He hires them, and then he doesn't get prosecuted. Right. Well, you want to change my life, and then I'll change what I have to say, maybe. Isn't that how it works? So I get a small window in the evening where I feel okay. Right. But again, with the snow, I don't know if that's going to come because that didn't happen before. So I have non-specific pain, is what they call it, plus pain. Which means my whole body aches because of the mold. And the thing is, they had it so I can't clean my apartment, so I really can't call anybody in here. Correct. God. I mean, this is the trap they set. They keep cursing you and stalking you. You people will be in hell, real hell. Little game you're playing on this planet by putting people in hell isn't going to cut it, all of you. They know the planet. Nobody saw the planet ending until a certain point. Right. They know it's because of what they did to me. They still keep going though. Money! Give us money! I mean, I'm disabled. Oh, because I said something during COVID? Again, COVID was when? 2020, right? When did this start? Definitely by 1992, but most likely sporadically before that, while I was in the military. So let's see. How does that work? I said something in 2020 and you had problems with it after starting this in the 1980s and then increasing it in the 90s, then increasing it again 10 years later. And I said something in 2020 because I cursed your filthy, dirty piece of shit family. I'm sorry. You psychologically operated and cursed my family for decades before I ever said anything. I healed you and your families, along with the rest of the country. This isn't doing anything for my cause? What are you talking about? This is how you do it, isn't it? Come around and extort me all day, and somebody pays you money, and the extortion is really a murder, a psychological murder, and I'm doing it wrong? Well, what's the right thing? You and your family to be destroyed and thrown to hell all in the same day. Well, they took the money. They're just trying to calm me, man, so I'll drop the curses. Right. They're not going to drop. They're going to increase. I already removed the curses a ton of times, and y'all wouldn't stop. I mean, police department after police department after police department. Let's harass this guy. The police departments and the social media took over the country. And if they wanted you dead, they would just keep operating you till you were dead. Well, pretty much when I'm on my feet, I'm in pain. So it's very difficult to stay on my feet. But when I lay down, I don't feel much better. That's when my stomach starts getting sick. You did this, all of you. You knew you could trick it. Now, the question is, did they do something to drug me and then it causes this? I'm sorry. Should have got to my brothers and got to the surgery 4 years ago. They operate my brother. So he changes his mind. Did it to my mother. I mean, these are spies and spy level training going into our everyday police officer on the street, murdering people over and over again. The dirtiest of the dirt. On the front line, sir, protecting everyone. You need to get my money. I'll put it. I'm going to say I'm going to mold the apartment. I need to get out. And the only way to get out is to break the lease and be able to hire people to get me out. And I'll ask for $10,000. I better get that $10,000. You pay people millions of dollars to do this to my life. Government money on top of it. Right. See that USA? That's how they did it. Right. And other contracts, informants, spy contracts, law, like Kroll. They hired Kroll. No, they didn't hire Kroll for decent stuff. Yeah, there's a cover story. They hired Kroll to do exactly what Weinstein hired them to do. But again, I never said anything. I walked off, minded my own business. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Their whole goal was to get me to kill myself. But since they started that, hundreds and thousands, if not millions of them are dead. Actually, it's probably in the millions. Remember the flood in Asia? That was one of their power spheres. Remember, the despots and all that? And again, they call Trump a despot. I'm not talking about him. Maybe he can fix this mess. Right. Right. I don't approve of Elon. I don't approve of any of the techies. I think they're all just crooks, conning the world for their own personal gain. Trump already knows that some Republicans don't like Elon. He knows that. Right. Correct. I mean, again, what you're saying is that trimming the government is all Elon's idea? No, we were going to trim it before, and we've trimmed it before. Right. And you're saying only Elon can trim it? That's bullshit. Right. Right. In fact, if you put me in there, I'd cut everything down back to NASA. No contractors, no space stuff. Right. And I trim other stuff. Like they're telling you, the defense industry is the big, the big money. Right. But again, I tell you, do it slowly because you're going to crash the economy. I mean, it's going to be horrible. You're somebody. I wish Trump could hear me. I mean, he's really going to crash it hard. And maybe it's because you won't help me. I can't even take an Advil because it'll mess up my stomach right now. And I'll get sick. And I won't sleep. I mean, I did get sick in the morning, about 3 a.m. But I was able to get to sleep about 10 or something. Like I said, I'm going to put a GoFundMe out there for. Oh, I needed to say what I said because I already put GoFundMes out there and they go nowhere because you all kill it. Right. You're trying to project something right now. No, I'm in pain, man. No, I've been in pain before and bless the world. Okay, even tried to do it this go round, but I can see what's happening to me and what you've done. I try to bring in some bins, and they're just monsters that I can't. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. I can't even return it because it's such a fucked up thing. Again, I use that language liberally because that's what they're doing. They fucked it. They sit there and fuck it from their little perch on the watch lists. They put it like everybody's on a watch list at this point. Right? They just sit there, fuck that person, fuck that person. Oh, let's make this woman have sex with us. Just like in social media, in Facebook. They ban some woman. She goes to them and has sex with them to open the account back up. But that was their plan, probably. They put that in her head. Right. Facebook employees. Dirty as shit. I wish I could speak about something better. I wish I could preach to you just nice stuff. But you won't let it be, all of you. My legs hurt, my body, my whole body hurts from head to toe. This is the way it was in Amarillo. It's the way it was in Colorado. Somehow in Oklahoma, I was able to beat it somehow. I mean, not perfectly, but better than it is. I mean, what the fuck? I'm just trying to get well. Trying to go to surgery 4 years ago. And you route my life in a different direction, using the full power of the federal, state, and local governments. What the hell's wrong with all of you? Not one how many locations were I in the last 4 years? 4? Let's count them. Maybe 5. Tyler, Texas. Amarillo, Texas. Garland, Texas. And all the communities surrounding those communities. Right. No, I've been quiet long enough. I've been speaking nice words long enough. Right. Aurora, Colorado. And you know what? I stopped the night in Pennsylvania and they brought a cop by me. Oh, hey, buddy. Like McKeesport, not McKeesport. What was that place? Or not Pennsylvania, I mean Kansas. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. What's that place up there? They're trying to hide. What they would do is when I went to get a room from a Motel 6 to get out of where I was, or not a Motel 6, what was that? It was in town suites or something. It was in the suburbs to get out of the city. They'd say there were no rooms available. I'm sure a cop put them up to it. There's like seven different municipalities. Oh, but we're just keeping everybody safe, right? And you know when they do that, all of you, they do that back at me with condescending and being sarcastic because the drug dealers are in there and the sex traffickers. Do you understand that, all of you? See something, say something is bullshit. It's bullshit. You see something and say something, and they'll bring heat on you if it's one of their protected drug dealers and sex traffickers. That's why they tell you to do it, so they can find out who's seeing what. Maybe Noem don't know, but she got people working for her that are on the take. And if you see something and say something about the wrong person, they call up all the murderers in law enforcement. They come get you. Again, I'm not advocating violence, and I'm not going to engage in violence. But God brings violence based upon what you do to me. Well, obviously, I'm not going to be going to my appointments today. I have no idea if they're going to do pest control today. I'd say probably not. I just need to get somewhere over here. But I know what you do to people now. You get them stuck in these places and they kill themselves because they're so sick. Right. When you're young, you can live in these places a little bit better. Not 100%, but a little bit better. But the older you get, the more they make you sick. And they don't let you out of these places because they don't let you have any money. Or like when I try to get to that building in Manhattan, I'm sure that's a much better building. I think it was like only 5 years old or something. Can't find it now, but Manhattan, Kansas had a new, and they may be blocking me from it. Yeah, Jonathan Luna's girlfriend's one of those social media bumps, working for one of the social media companies that you all put on a list. The question is, did she kill him? 100% there. Or is there, like I said, a third party in social media, right? Or in law enforcement that had a crush on her and killed us, put us on the list? Again, they put you on a list, and there's no method to the madness, really. Right. Somebody like Comey doesn't like you, just doesn't like you. And again, if they want to have sex with somebody and the woman likes you or something, they'll kill you. That's all they know. Thank you, Larry. They could just let me walk off. I never said anything. Didn't even know anything. All I know is I work with some jerks. Right. That's all I knew. I mean, yeah, obviously they did something to Luna. Right. But in my mind, it was just a bunch of jerks, nothing you could do, move on. And that's what I did. Right. I did everything I was supposed to do. Right. And then I helped the government where I could. Right. And I was doing it in secrecy pretty much. Until one day I realized that they were setting me up. Thank you, Larry. Now, when I talk about that transgender person, because I'm some of the work I do, right? It's a porn world, so it's not just transgender people, right? I think it's 65% of the people look at porn. But I've said this before, and for years I've said it. I said, it's a very unfair world to them. Many of them end up in porn and prostitution. Right? Like I say, realize, again, she was a child when that all happened. The change came in. So I realized victimization of people. Because what happens is you all speak about certain victimization, but then when it's the application time, you miss the mark on it. Right. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I was taking a ton of like COVID tests. Like back then I would go to like the clinic across from where I lived or the urgent care, and they do a quick, because I was getting sick like this in Amarillo. I'm not there completely yet, but it doesn't mean tomorrow that I won't get sicker. I remember I was in Colorado, it was a ton of snow. See? Right. And I got so sick. I was so sick, and they were chasing after me. When I was outside, I felt better. Remember, I came outside and started walking. Y'all tried to chase me back in, right? So they try to chase you back in the building you live in, right? To make you a shut in. But what does it do? It makes you sick. And they know that. They're not confused. Thank you, Larry. I mean, I know the VA could be forced to pay me in a day. I know that. That's why I say that. Right. Right. I'm not stupid. You tell them it's very important to get this done, and they get it done, and I get paid. And it's that simple. If I was deep state Rick Henry, I'd get paid like that if he were a veteran. Of course, he's not. 100%. Again, God just signed the conservative right is going to lose power very quickly and fall. You need to take care of my life. See, what happened is I never get back in the Republican Party. Well, because of these people I speak about, but because the people that put me out were Republican Party. But they're just, they're just self-serving piece of shit. They served under Democrats. They served under Republicans. Right. Not to say that we shouldn't have bipartisan, but get me my money. You all owe me money for something. Correct. I'm like afraid to put my shoes on because I might get sick. But again, now I'm walking barefoot. I don't even have sandals. And I'm trying yesterday to order the sandals that I ordered. I mean, these things make me sick. These bins make me sick. Nothing like the bin that I saw that I was going to order. I guess I have to call Instacart, right? And just tell them, look, I don't know what to do. They're the wrong bins. Thank you, Mary. It just makes me sick to see them. Makes me sick. That's what happens when they do this. Everything crashing. I could judge Nancy Mace, right? Because you can, if you pick up the vibration, what they're saying, but she was manipulated. She was willed to do that. The same way you all willed me to be certain ways. I mean, it's disgusting what you all do. At least she got somewhere in life. He's probably deep state. That's how he gets away with it. I mean, if I could just lay down and be comfortable, I wouldn't care. That's why, like even in like around snow, I was walking in these sandals and broadcasting in like I am now, but I was outside walking in the freezing cold in Amarillo because I was so sick. I was so sick, and they don't care. They don't care. They still try to kill you, and then when you heal of it, they're so angry. He's healthy. He's healthy. Get him. Get him. He's gonna get married. He's got a woman. Get him. That's who they are. That's who they've been. And God is not mocked. You will all serve sentences in hell. And those sentences are long. They're not short sentences. Right? Well, if I were you, I'd get me my money and maybe I can release you from the curses. Now, at this point, the word release isn't going to, until I get back up again. And I mean, I'm talking you real. You got to give me my real money. Right? Look, you all can go to a millionaire, a billionaire and say, look, this guy's been helping us. We were keeping it secret. And then get me my money. Y'all can do that. I know that. Unknowed, reestablished. Thank you. No, they owe me millions of dollars for my help. Right. And the damages are in the millions. So again, you either pay me or we use it to destroy the planet some more. I mean, it's already going to fall apart. You're going to have widespread war. I mean, it's coming. The economy's going to be wrecked. Well, it's a double-edged sword of putting billionaires in there. I mean, now they're saying we're going to have to suffer a little bit. Well, for what? What are we suffering for? I mean, we could change the paradigm. Well, you don't have to make all the money in a year and do all the cuts in a year while you're all millionaires and billionaires and don't even give a shit because you don't miss a beat no matter what the economy is, right? Unless you're stupid and or they tricked you and you put your money in the wrong thing, right? I mean, I'm just telling you right now, it's set to be the worst presidency in the history of the country. It really is. I have no idea what you all think you're doing, unless you got some other plan where you're all going to change. Sorry. I mean, I think Lindsey Graham feels it coming. 100%. Nah, the courts are going to rule a lot of stuff down. They can't put you in prison right away, but somebody will. So remember, when you diss the judges, what happens? No, I didn't get any text or anything. I mean, I'm serious about what I say, but you're cursed. I mean, that's real. But I have to act like I'm crazy, right? Or it doesn't work. Right. They haven't sent me anything. All right. Thank you. Remember Gene London? You remember Gene London? I'm like Gene London, aren't I? I'm real dramatic. Thank you, Larry. Now you all from your angle should be looking to see who pops up online and who starts looking, right? Or who calls who, that kind of thing, and then see, are they radicalizing people? Thank you, Larry. Well, somebody out there can see through the cloaking mechanisms, I believe. I don't know if they're in or not. No, I mean, 60 years old came quick because they never let me live my life. I mean, you can't even begin to imagine living a life like what they did to me. Oh, every time I try to go meet somebody or find a friend or just say hey, they torture you. They like when I go to this. I was going to the stores. There's cameras and something like they can't say much about me here. There's a camera, right? Now I don't know. They may have took us. I realized at a certain point they were taking. Somebody said they were taking snippets that weren't real, right? And putting people around me to make me look like I was following them while they're following me, right? Or instead that they're following me. Like there's people with cloaking mechanisms and all that stuff watching me to destroy my life. And they may be radicalizing people. Like I'm one of their victims. No, it wasn't anything I said. I mean, they were obviously there since when? I mean, when I said, I mean, you're all like weird, trying to lie about shit. Right. No, I'm really screwed up. Right. And this snow isn't going to make it any better because it melts and then it, gets in the walls and everything. I'm trying to look at something here, but I'm going to put a GoFundMe up. You're telling me to call veterans organizations. The deep state calls them, and then they don't help me. That's how bad it is. It doesn't matter what the truth is. The deep state boss calls them. They do what they tell them. They may come up with some bullshit, like I raped my children or something. I mean, that's what they do. That's all I got to say. Oh, this guy raped his children. Don't give me money. Meanwhile, the guy that raped his children is living in $1 million house. That's the reality. There is nothing left. I mean, that part's real. Right? I helped, Capitol Police and all these people, and nobody ever helped me. Correct. Thank you, Larry. Well, to tell you the truth, I just clear out of here. I might not go real far at this point, but right, because I might put some of this stuff in storage, right? But I'd get into an extended stay, but not the one I was at. I'd have to find something a little better, right? Or maybe I guess I could stay there if I had one of their bigger rooms or something. Right? But I mean, I got the whole area to move into. I'm not going to limit myself. Right? I kind of wanted to live in Johnson County. Thought it was going to be a decent place. Actually, I tried helping the police departments right from the beginning. Say, hey, right? But it became apparent that they were going to deep state me. Not a test, all of you. Not a test whatsoever. I mean, thank God I don't have to clean up today. You know, have to worry about the. I don't think pest control is going to come in today. I don't know if it's still snowing or not, but probably not a day they're going to come in. Now, if I could just lay in my bed and be comfortable, I'd be okay. But you can't. Like when I was in Amarillo, I'd wake up. That thing would wake me up like 3 a.m. And I'd wake up and be like, ah, wake up like that. I was that bad off. Oh my God. I mean, I should have my VA money. And then I'd be outside, you know, walking as soon as the sun was up at a certain point. I mean, first I was like inside, and then I couldn't take it anymore. Middle of winter, I'm out there walking between snowstorms and shit because it's making me sick to stay inside, and I'm in pain. And I got to get that out of my mind, and of course, the cooling air feels a little better. But now I can't even feel like I go outside. No, they did this to me, man. They did this to me. What do you think it's like to have these people stalk you all day? I was pretty healthy a year ago. I was still kind of healthy. I couldn't get out of here. Actually, a year ago, I had a downturn because the sinuses and everything. I couldn't get out of here when the leash was up. And they do shit. You know what I mean? Like they may have not have broke in for like a month or something, or a month and a half. Oh, they authorize break-ins into people's houses. The cops don't give a shit. No, if I shut up, they come in, they harass me twice as hard, and then tell everybody I won't shut up. Just want to make sure that was the right mic. Definitely didn't want the snowstorm. Just space lasers. I don't know. It was weird. It said it was going to be warm. I didn't trust it. Right? The forecast. It was supposed to actually start warming up. Actually, not now, but like in a week. Right? Nah, they screwed me up. Screwed me up every chance they could. Now, 2013, I should have been given the money for Desert Storm Syndrome. Right? I'm trying to get to something here. The medicine. They always try to block me from my medicine. I forgot to take my stomach stuff last night, too. No, they do this to me all the time. I think it's funny. Create a life that doesn't work. Well, you know, I could help you all a little better too, but I mean, I'm telling you, Elon and Trump are moving kind of a little crazy. I don't know if they're just going to change it at a certain point, but you know, the people again, you're not going to have the majority. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario because I can see Schiff coming up with it already. Okay, don't. I'm not helping Schiff. I can see Schiff. Because they'll try to reverse it and say I'm helping Schiff. All right, so this is what Schiff's coming up with, and well, some Democrats, but I see Schiff's face. But they can't pass it though. I don't know. The president would block it, so I don't get. Oh, I see. Override the veto. Okay, they're going to try it. They're going to try. They're going to try. They're going to. Right. You got to be careful because it might happen. They're looking for a majority, 2/3. I don't know how you're going to get 2/3. You're not going to get 2/3. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe. Apparently, the Democrats think they may be able to get Republicans on board to do some things. But I don't know. They say they think something's happening that when it comes to election time, that they'll be able to pull something off. Well, they're focusing within 2 years, flipping everything, including maybe some of the Republicans, just to, not to Democrat, but to say, enough's enough. Right? But I don't know. Well, they're talking about installing it. They want their goal is to install an independent council, just to say, regardless of whether you're a Republican or Democrat, we need to have somebody can investigate independently. I mean, Elon's going the other. Elon's just like so crazy sometimes. I mean, I try to help him, but the idea of talking about an unelected bureaucrat just gives the Democrats fuel. Right. Right. He's out there saying how the will of the people, and I'm like, how is Elon Musk the will of the people? I don't think President Trump cares what he does, quite honestly. And again, what I just said was not me; it's the people. Right? That's not my opinion; that's their opinion. I just oracled it. So if I get away from the mold, I think maybe I'll get away from some of the pain. No, I didn't have any pain last year that I can remember. I just had a lot of, I mean, I had just a little bit of inflammation and stuff, but I had real bad sinuses. But I definitely didn't spend as much time inside. I was going to all the stores. No, I feel pretty much how I felt. It could be the massages. Actually, I got the massages because I was getting sick already. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I was going to get surgery because I felt okay. I'm trying to. Oh my god, I got pain going up and down my legs right now. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe some corticosteroid and massage will do it, but I can't get to it. You can see right now it's snowing. Can't even get to my orthotics that I bought. This apartment's definitely a sick apartment. I mean, these people, I just don't get it. I mean, how are they allowed to come out of the government like that and attack my life all those years, trying to take care of people, trying to meet a wife, trying to go to church? They're psychotic. I mean, you have to back. They say, you don't, ignore them. Don't, you can't. It's like a bullshit. Well, in the investigation process, they say, well, if the person ignores us and continues on, but you can't because they do that shit. Like I did that in the government. They told them just ignore them. That's what everybody said. And it just got worse and worse. And of course, they drugged me and everything else. Right. They drugged John. That's why John killed himself. He didn't just do it. He was drugged. If he killed himself, again, I believe it was that, but it could have been homicide. The coroner believes it was homicide. Now I know it was psychological homicide. Now you got to understand something. If they operated the coroner, trying to force the coroner to say suicide, then he may have, like the coroner may have just said homicide because why? Because he knows that they forced him to it. Right. That's psychological homicide. I'm going to try the shoes one more time, but I think yesterday the shoes didn't work. Because I bought new inserts and new shoes. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. Now I remember. But I don't know how I got better because I got my inserts, my orthotics, but they're similar to these, so I have no idea what's happening. Right. And my legs aren't cramped up as much as they were then, so I don't know. But I got my orthotics, and then I got better. That was it. Right. But I also got to a place that was probably cleaner. Right. Like the place I was living, that's one of the reasons I had to get out of there too. I was living in an extended stay, and it just kept getting flooded. Every time you turn around, it got flooded. And like these places are like that. Over the years, they get flooded, and they have mold. Now, these are not investigations, man. The fusion centers, they're used for all sorts of corruption. I mean, it sounds good, but it's bad infatuation. Now, most people are going to want me to pay them to take this stuff away, but it's worth money, 100%. I'm not going to pay somebody and then give them all that stuff, right? Now, if you gave me my VA and my arrears money, they don't answer the phone in Hayes. They're probably so busy. Right. They're saying call this one. They call me call senator's office. Try call senator's office again. Right. Now, I mean, I'm owed. I mean, I don't know how many people actually know me. I see that people hint that they know I exist, right? But spies could put them up to that, right? Like they may say more, more, more. I mean, just kind of say it a certain way, right? But spies or somebody could pay them. Somebody in a party could tell them. Right? I've seen several people seem like they know I exist, but it doesn't mean that they do. I mean, they're trying to project at me. They psychologically torture me every day. Every day. Okay, what's happening? I just read inflation picks up. I don't know if it's the one we already know about, but you have to understand the psychology. No, they isolated me, so I don't even know if anybody can see my stuff. And if I chat with somebody online, it could be them. That's the kind of shit they play. You try to get married, you only talk to the agents and the officers. Nah, years when I was healthy and all that, I should have went out to Manhattan. I probably lived a healthier life. But again, I should have probably tried to get to my brothers. I did the best I could with what I had. I should have had more money in life, no doubt. I mean, people are paid all the time for less than I do. In fact, these people probably got paid for some of the information I gave them. No, I mean, I'm screwed up. This shouldn't have happened to me. Right. I've been trying to. They're blocking me. They're blocking my medication for my stomach. Shit. I can't get to it. Everywhere I go, I'm thinking I already took it, and I didn't. I see they're doing that too. They're cursing me and cursing me. I mean, it's what they do all day. They curse me. Help the world, heal the world, or curse the world. They don't care. Don't let them tell you. They're going to tell you the reverse. Oh, this is why we do it to them, because he curses us. It's the reverse of it. I curse you because you do it to me. I heal the world, believe me. And the CIA and other people know about it, I guess, unless they didn't see me either. But I think some of us saw it. No, I can't find my stomach medicine. There's. Now, did I take one or not? See, I hate when they do this. See, this is what they do to me. It's their curses, man. Otherwise, I'd have figured it out. No, I need to take medicine for my stomach, but I don't want to overtake it. It's not healthy. I can't remember. That's what they do to me. They're just sitting there willing shit on me all day. I'm not going to release you from the curses till my life's up. I mean, up, up, up. Now, one thing that has happened is I dropped the temperature in the apartment. Right. So it's probably mold. Right. Could be dust and dander, but I don't think that's all that high. It could be a combination. Right. So I do feel a little better. But then I get cold. I have my shoes on now. I'm all screwed up again. I need steroid treatments, and I don't even know if it's going to work this time. All you got to do is let me live my life in Santa Fe. I just don't understand this. It's a little, yeah, there's big names in Santa Fe, but I was living in like a ghetto place, and I just, I felt in my element because I could help people. I mean, obviously, I couldn't go to societies to do it because societies take money, and then they would do what they would do. They deep state dirty. I need my right side definitely relaxed, but I don't know if it's going to get there. If the right side relaxes, like the left side's relaxed at this point. Right. I mean, it just should have let me be. I mean, it was obviously I was sick. Right. I mean, I just don't get it. What they believe they're allowed to do. I mean, that's what's wrong with the country. I mean, I just got some news in, and I have to look. Like, okay, so it was a notification. So what usually happens is when I'm ranting like that, they'll start sending messages, and I'll see different posts and like, right, and there'll be people walking in front of my apartment like a whole bunch. I don't know if they're part of it, but again, that's part of the wills and all that. Like I told you, Biden left time bombs in the economy, but he did fix some of it, I guess. But he leave 3% in January. Yeah. Gonna be no Fed rate cuts. They timed it for the election, I guess. Housing too. The housing prices were coming down. Well, you're gonna have to do something different. I guess, yeah, cutting the government could do it, but then again, do we end up in a recession and unemployment? Right. Now I'm in pain again. Coming up again. This will reduce it. Now, if I wasn't taking out a massage, I'd have been fine. I mean, these are professionals that took me out of massage, right? Nobody was in danger. I was in danger, and if there was any danger from me, it was because they were putting us all in danger, right? Yeah, somebody's trying to help the president, I think, by putting that inflation report out. He should mind it. I don't know what to tell him. I mean, I've never been a fan of tariffs. Well, he could wreck the economy. I mean, one thing Biden did was keep people employed, pretty much. I mean, it was starting to slip at the end. No, when this happens, I can't be comfortable laying down or standing up or sitting. Right. I think actually the most comfortable was sitting. That's why I drove around and healed stuff, but that costs a lot of gas. Oh, I wanted to say last night. So there's a lot here. I'm going to end this and bring up the next one. All right. Stay peaceful. Praise God and all that you do.